I think the most important thing that to focus on is how can that country heal itself? Because I think, unlike elections that we've seen most of the time here, this has caused a lot more sort of wounds in the country. It's been much more divisive and polarized. And I think that Hillary Clinton represents a better opportunity to see those wounds healed. And that's important to us as well. A strong, united, prosperous, positive-looking United States of America is very important to the well-being of Toronto. That's just a fact. It starts with economic investment and jobs and trade. It goes through tourism, and it just goes through the fact that they're our neighbors, and we see so much of their media and what goes on there, I think is reflected in people's thoughts here. And so I want them to come back from this experience of this election, and look, it's an election, so I guess that's a good news story in that they have them, like we do, but it's been certainly very polarizing, and I think that is something that's going to take some time, and I think Hillary Clinton represents a better opportunity to do that faster.
Mayor Tory, to remind me of your really kind of tough campaign with Rob Ford, there's a lot of parallels that you can draw between what's happening there and what's happening here.
But you know what? I'll say this. Speaking of Rob Ford, and I've many times told the story about how we used to sit up at those debating tables and he would turn to me and kind of say, well, I'm really going to lay you out cold in a moment, prepare yourself for it and so on. Rob Ford, for all of his partisanship, and he was very partisan about what he believed in and so on, the level of division never got itself, at least as between two candidates, to anything even approaching what you've seen here. Now, the other Mr. Ford, I think, is a bit more inclined to be more divisive. And I just don't think that's what people in Toronto or anywhere want. I think they want leaders, they want candidates, they want people in business and in labor and in government who are saying, what can we do together to make your life better? What can we do to move the city, the province, the country forward? And that's what I'm trying to do here. And I'm not going to do it with perfection, nor would anybody else necessarily, but that's what I'm trying to do, is to sort of build a consensus wherever I can. And the consensus here, means that when you have a vote, whether it's on a transit plan or anything else, that you get hopefully as strong a majority of the votes as you can, but a majority is what makes the decision. And so I've been seeking to build those majorities to favor policies I have on transit and housing, and I'll continue to do so.